Okay, big announcement from the Atlanta Track Club, ladies and gentlemen, as far as the 2020 AJC Peachtree Road Race is concerned. And I have with me Mr. Rich Kenah, and he's the Atlanta Track Club Executive Director and also the race director of the annual AJC Peachtree Road Race. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure to have you. And I see a major announcement now about this year's race, no doubt feeling the impact of this COVID-19 crisis that we all are going through around the world. So let me first start though by asking, how are you, your family, and the Track Club family as well?
Thank you for asking. I'm fine, and thankfully my family is all fine and healthy, as well as our extended Track Club family. So we're working remotely, socially distant, but trying to get our runs in every day.
That is awesome. Awesome. Good to know. Good to know. Big challenge nowadays. All right. Well, it's been quite a ride. And, you know, this year's race, again, no doubt feeling the impact of what we're going through. So big announcement. It's going to be held not on the 4th of July, but on Thanksgiving Day. Just
That's right.
Elaborate on that for us.
Sure. So our streak, our half-century streak of the Peachtree on the 4th of July looks like it will come to an end in 2020. But we're thankful that we're going to be able to move forward with Peachtree on Thanksgiving Day. So while we're sad that the streak will end, we are thankful and hopeful that we will have a very unique Peachtree this Thanksgiving Day.
A unique feature indeed. Now, I know Thanksgiving Day is typically another of your events, if I'm correct. So are we not doing that this year? How is that being affected by this move of the actual Peachtree Road Race?
Correct. So we have our annual, it's called the QQQ Thanksgiving Day Half Marathon and 5K. And that's actually our second largest event. So we have made the decision that we will cancel that event.
Okay.
For 2020 and bring it back in 2021. And I would add, Thanksgiving Day has more people running in races than any other day on the calendar in the United States. The second most popular day is 4th of July. So in many ways, we've upgraded to the biggest day of running in the United States.
I call those silver lining moments when you find out the little bit of stuff that actually goes well along with your changes due to the crisis. So a silver lining moment there for the AJC Peachtree Road Race. Now, as far as those contestants who have already registered, I think there's over 45,000 registrations at this point. How does the moving of the date of the race affect those who have already registered?
Thanks for asking that question. So when we went through the registration process, and you and I talked about this, we had more than 45,000 people register. And at that time, we told everyone that if for some reason the race could not be held on the 4th of July, that we would give them what we called options in consideration. So I feel very good about today's announcement with respect to options. So if you are an existing registrant already accepted into the race, you can do nothing and you will have your entry ready for you on Thanksgiving Day. You can choose what we're calling a virtual option. So you can run 10K on your own in your own city, state, neighborhood, and we will send you your coveted Peachtree finisher shirt via mail. We are also giving you the opportunity to just simply move your registration for no additional cost to 2021. So that would be July 4, 2021. And then the last two options will allow you to donate your registration fee as a tax-deductible donation to Atlanta Track Club. We are a nonprofit, a 501c3 with a mission of impacting health and wellness. And of course, we will allow you a full refund. So we feel as if we've given you pretty much any option you could possibly ask for. And now we've rolled up our sleeves today and are taking inquiries and making sure that we accommodate every one of those 45,000 plus who have already registered.
Great, great to know. Lots of options. Where can we find this information?
All the information is on our website at atlantatrackclub.org. On there, there is a link for Peachtree. And the Peachtree is a fairly complex event. So you may have lots of questions about how this impacts your registration or race day. There's an area called FAQs, or frequently asked questions, in there. So when you find that page in there, I think you'll find pretty much any answer to any question you might have.
Awesome, awesome. Now, one of the key things that I know the AJC Peachtree Road Race and the Atlanta Track Club has always taken pride in is in the safety of its competitors. And here is a year where we're all in uncharted territory. We've never lived through a pandemic. We've never had a AJC Peachtree Road Race in the year of a pandemic. What are your concerns and response to those concerns for the safety of those who decide to participate in your events in the AJC Peachtree Road Race in particular this year?
To your point, uncharted territory for us and everybody else. The main reason we made this decision was we clearly understood over these last few weeks that a safe Peachtree could not happen on the 4th of July. So the good news is we now have 6+ months to put together a plan that will deliver a safe race to participants and volunteers and sponsors and everybody else who's involved. And part of that planning, let's face it, is going to require additional testing in the Atlanta, Georgia area, as well as around the country. For now, we, Atlanta Track Club, we're going to focus on the things that we can control. And those are things like the number of people we have on each start line, the amount of time we have in between each wave, our fluid stations, how will the water be distributed? How are people getting to and from the race in a way that is safe? So those are the things that we're going to focus on here in the coming weeks and months. And we will communicate sort of those best processes, those best practices to our participants so that they feel safe before they arrive. And then they all arrive home safely for Thanksgiving dinner.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And I know from experience, the AJC Peachtree Road Race has always been one of the most successful and safe events on the calendar. So we look forward to that continuing in spite of everything here in 2020. Just to wrap up, is there anything else you'd like to mention I may not have asked?
I do have one item.
Yes.
When you have an event that is 50 years old, half a century of tradition, tradition is hard to walk away from. So there will be a good number of people who will say, I am always at the start line at Lenox Mall in Buckhead on the 4th of July, and I'm going to be there again this year, even if it's in an informal fashion, and I'm going to run the race course. I'm asking everyone not to do that. There's a reason why we made this decision. We just don't believe it is safe. We don't believe it's time. We don't think it's appropriate. And we ask that you not put first responders, Atlanta Police Department, medical personnel in a position where they have to respond to something on the 4th of July.
That is such an important point. I didn't even think of that, but yes, we are creatures of habit. And, it's so in our DNA to do this every year at this time. And yeah, that's a great point. So yes, let's take heed, ladies and gentlemen. But for those who really, really want to get in that zone, didn't you mention earlier, or have I read it, that there is a virtual option?
There is. So if you have already registered, or if you choose to take advantage of a second registration period we're going to have, which will be August 31st to September 13th, this virtual option will allow you to enter just like everyone else, choose your own 10K course wherever you are, and then you let us know that you ran it, and we will send you, again, that coveted finisher's shirt from Peachtree, which everyone always wants and they bring home and they cherish. But I will say that that shirt that you receive, whether you're in the race on Peachtree on Thanksgiving Day or the virtual, it will say 4th of July on it. We've already started to produce those shirts.
Okay.
So you will have a real collector's item.
There you go.
The shirt from the 4th of July that happened on Thanksgiving.
Exactly. And that you could participate more than once by being virtual about it. So
there you go.
Message here, ladies and gentlemen, if you really need to, there's a virtual option on July 4th. Please don't show up at Lenox Mall, as Mr. Kenah said. Mr. Rich Kenah, the Atlanta Truck Club Executive Director, ladies and gentlemen, with a very important announcement regarding this year's AJC Peachtree Road Race, Atlanta. Thank you so much for your time today. All the best. I'm looking forward to being there on Thanksgiving Day.
Thanks. I look forward to seeing you, and be safe.
Okay, Rich. Thanks for talking to us.
As always, thanks. Appreciate the coverage.
Oh, you're most welcome. It's our pleasure.